Hello, learners. Today we are going to do the chapter Evelyn by James Joyce. He is a major literary figure of the 20th century and known for his bold experiments in narrative techniques in fiction. His writing especially depicts about the contemporary issues. Now, this Evelyn story talks about complexities of human life and the responsibilities thrusted upon individual person and how he tackles or manages those relationship. The characters of this story are Evelyn, the main character. She is a Dublin woman, not yet 20. She lives at home with her father, who threatens her. Her name is a variation of Evelyn. Then Mr. Smith, Evelyn's father, who mistreats her. Mrs. Smith, she was mother of Evelyn. Frank, sailor who says that he will marry Evelyn after they go to Argentina to live. Evelyn's brothers and sisters. Evelyn identifies only two of them. The oldest, Ernest, who is dead at the time that Evelyn reflects on her past, and Harry, who works in the church decorating business. Miss Gavin, supervisor at the store, who watches Evelyn closely. Little Keogh, a boy who is crippled and who was a playmate of Evelyn when she was a child. Two small children Evelyn takes care of at home. It is not clear who their parents are. Then Davins, Waters, Dunn, they are again playmates of Evelyn when she was a child. One Tizidon, who is dead at the time that Evelyn reflects on her past. Organ grinder, another person. He is an Italian street entertainer who plays a song that reminds Evelyn of the night her mother died. He was also playing on the night of her mother's death. Now let's see the story. Evelyn Hill sits at a window in her home and looks out onto the street. She is tired and her head is leaned against the window curtains and she could feel the odor of dusty cretonne. Cretonne are a second name for curtains. She's tired. The world around her has changed a lot, just as the neighborhood has changed. A land developer from Belfast has constructed brick house on the field where other people's children used to play. While when she's fondly recalling her childhood, she when she used to play with other children in a field which is now developed with new homes. And these children were Davins, the Waters, the Dunns, little Keogh, the cripple, she and her brothers and sisters. Ernest, however, never played. He was too grown up. Whenever her father came looking for them with his black storm stick, little Keogh, a crippled neighbor boy, would warn her and her siblings. Still, they seem to have some happy time that time when they were younger. Her father was not so bad. Means presently, her father is having bad temperament. He's irritated. He is a drunkard. Every time he fights. So, beside that, now presently, her mother, Evelyn's mother, is not alive. That was a long time ago. She and her brothers and sisters were all grown up. Her mother was dead now. Now everything is changed. Her mother and her brother Ernest is no more. The rest of the Hill children are young adults. Houses now occupy the field where the children used to play. One of their childhood friend Tizidon has also died, and the Waters family have moved back to England. Uh, Everything changes now. She was going. She was also going to go away. She is ready to elope with Frank, like the others. She is ready to leave her home. In a way, this story we are seeing a flashback Evelyn is ready to go, ready to leave her home. He is eloping with Frank, but before leaving that house or the home, she is just recalling her past. She is sad, she is sitting at the window and recalling her childhood days and the past days. The Smith home looks the same. Evelyn's home looks the same with its familiar furnishing. Thing has been changed, but the setup of the house is same. The old yellow photo of a priest still hangs above the harmonium. The priest and her father had been friends at school, and her father shows the photo to the visitor, saying that he is in Melbourne now. Evelyn herself is about to leave her childhood home and her job at a retail store where Miss Gavin is always there to order her round. Miss Hill, don't you see these ladies are waiting? Talking about Miss Gavin, she always ordered her in her new home. She's when she's planning to love with Frank, she's thinking that in her new home, in a far off land, she will be a married woman who is treated with respect. Her father will not be there to threaten her, to treat her the way he did her mother. Though she is going on 20, she still fears him. When she was very young, he did not, Evelyn's father did not treat her as badly as he treated Ernest and Harry. Lately, though, nowadays, after mother died, he has been threatening her. Harry usually is not there to take her side, for he spends a lot of time out in the country on his church decorating business. The Saturday night are mostly spent in argument with father over money as a trial. Money is the main issue. She always gives him all of her pay. Whatever she earns, she gives her everything, her earning to his her father, and Harry gives him what he can. But try getting money back from him is really a tough one. He always tells Evelyn, father of Evelyn, always tells Evelyn that she is a spendthrift and that he will not give her any of her any of his hard earned money. And he has become a drunkard also. But after a time he heals, he readily gives the money after a long fight, but he expects her to buy Sunday dinner. In addition to her job, she has to keep house and tend the two little children in the household, making sure they get their meals and get to school on time. Evelyn was finding it a really tough, and life has become hard for her. In spite of her hard life, she has reservations about going to Buenos Aires. The that is the name of the ship in which Frank works, and he will take her to Argentina with Frank to be his wife and live in the home he maintains there. Evelyn thinks that Frank is a kind man. After they met, he called her Poppins and always accompanied her home from work. Once he took her to see The Bohemian Girl, an opera about a young woman abducted by the leader of a gypsy band. Frank would also tell her stories about all the lands he visited, serving abroad ships of the Ellen Line. Now, Frank is on a holiday, and they have been often seen by others, neighbors, courting each other. Her father found out about the courtship. He forbade her from seeing Frank again. He is not permitting Evelyn to meet Frank. Then she had to meet Frank in secret. Now, this was the past, and presently she is sitting in near the window with two letters on her lap, one to Harry and one to her father. She knows that her father is growing old and surely going to miss her as she is planning to elope with Frank. She remembers that there were times when her father was good company. Only recently, when she was laid up in bed few years back, he read to her and made her toast. Years before, when the family had gone on a picnic, Evelyn's father wore his wife's bonnet to make everybody laugh. Still, looking out of the window, Evelyn hears the song of an Italian organ grinder coming from down the street, the same song he played on the night her mother died. The song reminds Evelyn of the promise she made to her mother to keep the family together as long as possible. Now, Evelyn is ready to love with Frank, but she is confused. She is confused whether she should leave her home or she should enjoy her freedom because she promised her mother to look after the family. She was given responsibilities. Now she remembered the last night of her mother's illness. She was again um, in the room where and the outside that player was playing the music. Her father didn't like. He gave him sixpence and asked to leave and didn't like playing that organ and said just leave this place. Now she is again thinking of her mother's last time when she was on her deathbed, the words her mother told her, Deruvan Seron. That means the end of pleasure is pain. She is very much confused what to do. It seems that her mother's spell had been on her of the taking responsibilities and giving sacrifices in the family. It feels like a craziness and she want to end this craziness. But she believes she has the right to escape with Frank and right to be happy. So uh, she prepares herself to leave. She leaves the home. She reaches the station at the North Well. Now Evelyn is with Frank, who is holding her hand. Soldiers are all around with brown bag. She stood among the swaying crowd. He held her hand and she knew that he was speaking to her. But she answered nothing. She was confused, unhappy, out of a maze of distress. The ship calls for the passenger with a whistle. Evelyn asks God for guidance. Should she go abroad with Frank or turn back? Frank pulls her hand to lead her with him, but Evelyn resists. She clutches the barrier as Frank is swept into the throng, moving toward the ship. That means he was uh, forced to move ahead. He was given a pull by the crowd. He continuously shouts, Come, but Evelyn remains fixed to the land, motionless and emotionless, like a helpless animal. That means she let Frank board the ship and decides to return back home. Now there are children, now there are many themes inculcated in this story. Main theme is that is hidden. Like Ireland itself in the last years of the 19th century and the earlier years of the 20th century, Evelyn struggles to escape oppression. Her father has ruled her life for as long as she can remember, just as England has for so long ruled directly or indirectly the life of Ireland. But independence for Evelyn and Ireland requires bold action. Too often, however, every step forward also produces another step backward. Evelyn takes a step, then retreats, and ends up as she was before. But there is a glimmer of hope. Evelyn has said no to a man in a male dominated society. But when she returns home, will she have the courage to say no to her father when he makes unreasonable demands? Will she have the courage to begin taking back her life? Or will she continue to languish among the smell of dusty cretonne and her mother's Gaelic gibberish ringing in her ears? This was the main theme. Now, second is the environment attachment. Evelyn was attached to the environment strongly. Her decision to remain in Ireland, few in paragraph 3, we can see that she would never see again those familiar objects from which she had never dreamed of being divided. Then in her home, she had shelter and food. She had those whom she had known all her life about her. That was in paragraph 5, and in paragraph 9 we see that it was hard work, a hard life, but that she was about to leave it, she did not find it a wholly undesirable life. And in paragraph 13, her father was becoming old. She noticed he would miss her. Sometimes he could be very nice. Not long before, when she had been laid up for a day, he had read her about a ghost story and made toast for her at the fire. Another day, when their mother was alive, they went on a picnic where she remembers her father putting on her mother's bonnet to make the children laugh. So there are many themes, like guilt is also there, then doubt is there, but main is the uh, maybe giving response to the male dominating society, difficult life of women in a male dominated society. That's all. Thank you, children. I hope you have understood this lesson.